Okay, everyone, welcome to Snake Diet Sunday Night Live. This is episode 6, and tonight I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff. I'm going to try to cover a lot of questions that I've been getting asked on that Snake Diet motivation page. So I'll go through my little topics list here. So the first one we're going to talk about tonight is experience is king. This one is fucking huge. This is because I want to get into this quick little story that happened to me the other day at the gym, which is quite interesting. So what happened was this. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm like a big fan of powerlifting. Bench press is probably my best event. I know from injuries that what not to do and what to do when you're bench pressing, how basically if you watch me bench press, I have a really big arch on the bench. Helps me get my lats involved, takes my shoulder joint out of it. If you lay flat on your back and you bench press, you'll fuck your shoulder eventually because it's just way too much torque on your shoulder. So I'm at the rec center doing some bench pressing the other day, and I don't mean to sound like a fucking arrogant asshole talking about this. So I go and I'm doing my bench set, done my bench set, and this guy approaches me. And he's like, first thing he said, he's like, hey, I'm a physiotherapist. Can I give you some advice? And I'm like, what? And then he's like, oh, some advice. I seen you arching your back on that bench press. And what I did is I stopped him right in his fucking tracks. Because what happened? He was going to try to give me a spiel on how I was bench pressing wrong, yet he had no fucking experience whatsoever, you know, and he was overweight to start with. And it's like when he walked up to me, it was like just because he said he was a fucking physiotherapist, it was like I was supposed to respect his opinion. So I want to get into like even when you go to the doctor's office, okay? You know when you go to the doctor's office, people nowadays feel like, oh, I'm in the doctor's office, and then you get in and you see the doctor, and then the doctor starts putting like, you know, the stethoscope on you and feeling around, and you almost feel like, oh, he's helping me. He's helping me already. It's fucking, what they fucking have you brainwashed into thinking. It's like, oh, he helped me, and then they basically don't do fucking a goddamn thing, and they sell you fucking some sort of med. Because, you see, the problem is us. You have too much respect for these people. You think, you're brainwashed into thinking that these people actually know what they're fucking talking about. And the problem is, it's not their fault that they have big egos and fucking think they're so fucking smart. It's our fault because we believe them. And society makes us believe this fucking big bullshit thing where it's like the doctors know all. It's like be all end all. They know everything, which really they don't know fuck all. Just like this guy. So he's in the gym, and guess what happened? I stopped him right in his fucking tracks before he could even say a word. I'm like, the reason I arch is because it fires my lats. It fucking keeps my shoulder out of it. I fucked up my shoulder in the past. I compete in fucking powerlifting. You have absolutely, like, I didn't lace into the poor guy like too hard, but I'm like, yeah, I compete in powerlifting, and this is how you fucking bench press. This is how you don't get injured. And then after I talked to him for about 3 minutes, he was like asking me for help. He was the one asking me for help. He just like, shut up. I just humbled his fucking ass. So the thing is, I have experience, you know? Now, if my buddy, I'll say his name because he won't give a shit. If my buddy John Giffen came up to me in the gym, who's like one of the best natural fucking bench pressers in Canada, and he wanted to give me a fucking tip or two, yeah, I'll take the tip. Because he fucking bench presses over 500 pounds, no fucking steroids. Okay, but I'm not going to take tips from people that have no fucking experience. And this also goes back to, I got tipped off the other day. There's a local fitness trainer that's been fucking running his mouth. Basically, it's directed at me on his videos. Especially it all started when I said that fat kids don't need to eat. And anyway, so this guy, he seems like a nice enough guy. I've never met him. But this guy's running his mouth about me. But the thing is, you can't, if you don't have experience with something, how the fuck are you supposed to give advice on it? So like, say if somebody wants to learn about fasting, how in the fuck are they supposed to how is somebody that's a nutritionist supposed to give advice on the fasting when they haven't fasted? They're never going to tell you that it's good if they haven't done it. And guess what? Most of them are scared to fucking do it. They haven't done it. So how in the fuck? Like, it's like going and getting a swimming lesson from somebody that can't swim. It's like your swim coach. If they can't swim in the deep end, they're not going to tell you to jump in the fucking deep end. Okay? Like, this is the fucking issue. This is the issue. People are so brainwashed. You believe the bullshit. You think that these professionals that don't get you any fucking results. You know, another female friend of mine I used to train, she's got fucked up hips. And now they're telling her she might have to have a double fucking hip joint replacement. Okay? And, you know, it's sad because, like, even the fasting, like, it helps you heal, all these, but no one will promote that to her, to do that. Instead, she's popping meds. And then they're fucking talking about giving her cortisol, for fuck's sakes. You want to really fuck your joints up? Yeah, go get cortisol injections. This is just like this one time when my sciatic nerve was fucked up, and there's this fucking guy named Randy Gregg. Randy Gregg. I fucking go to Randy Gregg clinic. He's a big ex-Edmonton Oiler. He's a fucking scholar. He's a genius, they say. And I go in there, and he fucked me and him almost, I thought we were going to get in a fucking fist fight. Because he's like, well, we'll give you this fucking X-ray cortisone shot. And then I'd already been reading about cortisone, and I'm like, fuck that. Fuck that. And I'm like, so what's that going to do? Just fucking completely deteriorate my joint and not solve the problem? And then he got, like, defensive. And then I ended up walking out of there and didn't get nothing done by this joker, which is the smartest thing I ever did, because then what ended up happening, I ended up getting into powerlifting, really awesome deadlift form, and a really good massage therapist actually figured out my true problem. So see, you know how many people think this guy's a fucking genius too? Like, you know how many people go to Randy Gregg for help? Like, fuck. It's all the same bullshit. Don't have respect for these people. Just on a whim. Just because they got a little fucking piece of paper in their hand. No experience, no fucking opinion. Experience is king. It's the same as anything. It's like fucking Mike Tyson's coach Custom Auto. Like, the guy had no fucking credentials. He's one of the best boxing coaches that ever lived. Just because some fucking dipshit went to school for 2 years or 4 years and they get out with their piece of paper doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Our education system's broken at best anyway. So, like, they don't know anything. You don't fucking know anything. You don't know nothing till you've done it. Who the fuck are you going to go get help from with dry fasting? A guy that at least did, like, you know, some serious dry fasting? Or somebody that has no fucking clue? Like, you know, and most of them will be scared to give you advice anyway because they haven't done it, okay? So the gym story, I kind of got off track there. But the guy, end of the day, this fucking physiotherapist had no fucking experience, and I schooled his ass. Schooled his ass on something that I know a lot about, and he didn't know a fucking thing. He doesn't know, like, I don't even want to get into that. He didn't know nothing. It was like he was fresh out of school, you know? So, now I'm going to get into the next thing. Number 2, my first week drinking zero fluids. So I was talking about how I did a 5-day dry fast a couple weeks ago, and I had this whole epiphany about water and how people are aquaholics and people drink way too much water, and basically their bodies, there's a lot of water entrained on your body that your body never gets water adapted. It never uses it. You're constantly drinking water all day, just flushing electrolytes out of your fucking body, especially if the water is a poor quality water. So I did this dry fast, and I realized, geez, I don't need as much water. I actually had some headaches at about 48 hours, cleared up, I was fine. So then I'm like, well, maybe I should try not drinking fluids at all. And that's what I did for this whole last week. I drank no fucking fluids at all. Dry fasted all fucking day long, and all as I did is I ate my protein kick, and I ate a bunch of fats, and I ate basically fruit for the fluids. Now, don't go eat a bunch of fruit if you're freaking a weight loss person. I can do it. I can get away with the fruit. Don't eat a bunch of fruit if you're weight loss, but I'm just trying to say that my hydration was the best it's ever been. The best it's ever been. Because as soon as you're eating your water, you get this wicked hydration uptake. Because the food, you get basically this, fuck, I'm lost of words here. This retention time in your body. So no matter how good a quality water you drink, you're going to piss some of it out. But when you got this retention time and you got all this food in your stomach that's full of water, like I'm talking high water percentages, like cucumbers are like 97% water. Almost every vegetable you eat, like broccoli, cauliflower, obviously watermelon and all the fruits, you're talking over 90% water. So if I got like 1 liter of actual water and I have 1 liter's worth of kiwis, I actually will get better hydration from the kiwis because I'll get better retention time and better uptake. And you can tell my mouth is just like slobbering, salivating. Like I never have an issue. Like it's already been since it's 6:11 now. I haven't had anything to eat since last night at about midnight. And I'm going to go train tonight. I'm going to not eat or I'm going to dry fast. This dry fast is going to be a 3-day one. I'm not going to eat or drink any water till Tuesday night. And I'm going to go fucking destroy Montana's fucking all-you-can-eat rib joint. Okay, so what I'm saying is that I am so hydrated from eating food that I don't even need to drink fucking water anymore. It's amazing. It's like, but your body's got to get water adapted. So now there's going to be people asking questions about this dry fasting. So I already have people that are blocking their water. So I like to call it, I guess you could say open-ended dry fasting or like block dry fasting where they're not drinking water throughout the whole of the day anymore. They're drinking water into the evening, just like a mainstream intermittent fasting routine in a sense. So they'll go all day with no water, and then right at the end of the day, like the last maybe 3-4 hours, they'll drink all the water they need. And the coolest part about this is you can log exactly the amount of water. Exactly the amount of water that you need. So if you feel like you need more water, like let's say you started at 1.5 liters of water, and you drink it all in about 3 or 4 hours, which you're going to want to drink it all because you're haven't had water all day. And if it feels like it's not quite enough, then you bump it up to 1.75 liters for the next day. Or you bump it down. It's so perfect for logging everything. It works so well to keep that trend. And then you got that trend with your food and your water, and you're not just like winging your water anymore, and you know exactly where you're at. So if you feel fucked up or anything, you know that you needed to add or take away some water. It's too perfect. It's too perfect for logging. So I haven't drank no water today, or not today, for last week. And I do feel great. And it's, you know what else? Even like my teeth are whiter. And because the dry fasting, you would not believe how much fucking food I was eating this week. Like I'm talking, I would eat like say 400 grams of meat, like 6 eggs, and then I eat like a whole watermelon, like a kilogram of kiwis. I'd eat like a bag of fucking grapefruits. Like just that was my water, right? So I was taking in like a good 2.5 liters of fruit. And the calorie count would have been through the fucking roof. But because I was dry fasting, I got away with it. Like I'm up a few pounds throughout the last 7 days, but it's like I got away with eating like a crazy calorie count because of the dry fasting. And the other thing is this, when your body gets water adapted, your body will, it's just like getting fat adapted with the diet. It's just like when I push people through a 48-hour fast and their body ends up starting to chew on the body fat, producing ketones, and then you don't feel hungry anymore. It's the same idea. Like this water addiction thing is a fucking real thing. This is no bullshit. Like it's the same idea when you withhold on the water and you put it in a little window, your body gets forced to try to pull water from your fat cells, and your body will actually break down fat cells to get water. And this is the thing. It's so cool. And also, now I don't have my fucking bottle of water on me anymore. Like I don't, like I was at the rec center the other night, and I was with my buddy, and like it was just one extra thing I didn't have in my hand. And like I'm doing like some cardio, like I've been pounding the punching bag, like sweating like a pig, but I'm so hydrated beforehand that I just don't need a drink. I just don't need water. And the coolest part is no matter how good a quality water you drink, when you piss, you're going to piss out amino acids and all sorts of stuff. So it's like once your body's nice and full and hydrated, you can go easily 24 hours without uptaking any fluid, and you won't be pissing out all those good minerals. See, it stops you from urinating so much. You'll hold the good stuff in. This is exact opposite. I know it sounds crazy. It's exact opposite of what you've been told. I used to preach to people to drink water till they piss clear. What a crock of fucking shit. Was I a fucking idiot? Like, it's the dumbest thing. Drinking water all day, you're just pissing out all these amino acids and shit. And it's just even if it's, like I said, even if it's good quality water, you're always going to have the problem of urinating too much. Okay? So that's that dry fasting stuff. Like, so if anyone has any questions on that, talk to me. And basically what I've been trying to get people to do is just try not to drink water right away in the day. Try to push it. Push your first drink of water till later in the afternoon if you can. Got a question there? Okay. Okay, now, this one's going to be a long one. Diabetes truth. Okay. So, obesity in North America is fucking outrageous right now. Okay, I'm getting people from like Texas, from St. Louis, like just people all over the map getting a hold of me. And it's just, if you look up some of the stats on diabetes, it will blow your fucking mind how bad it actually is in North America. So diabetes is so high that the problem is this. Diabetes is not a fucking chronic issue. It is not a chronic issue. That's one thing the fucking mainstream has you brainwashed about. It is not chronic. You do not have to live with it through the rest of your life. All it is you being fat or you being unhealthy and having a bad lifestyle. It happened because you fucking had a bad lifestyle. It can be reversed if you have a good lifestyle. It's that simple. As long as your pancreas isn't so fucked up that it doesn't produce insulin anymore, you can reverse type 2 diabetes like 100% of the fucking time. This has been done. A guy that runs a fasting retreat type place in Costa Rica, he has 100% reversal rate with type 2 diabetics. Okay? There's even a girl I'm helping right now. Her blood sugar was sky high like days ago, and it's already down to like 6. And I'm talking sky high, meaning like it would hit 17, things like this. See, people gotta understand that all diabetes is, type 2 is insulin resistance, and it's a fucking liver issue for the most part, okay? It's a fucking liver problem. Your liver is fatty because you're unhealthy, and your liver won't uptake insulin. It won't let the insulin pound the glucose into your liver. That's what type 2 diabetes is, okay? It can be fixed. It can be fixed. Now the other part. So because type 2 diabetes, I'll talk a bit about type 1 as well, but because type 2 diabetes, everyone's so brainwashed it's a chronic fucking problem, what do people always have? They're always on meds for this stuff because they buy into the idea that it's a chronic issue and they need to be on meds to control their blood sugar. And the meds just fucking kill you. The meds just kill you. What diabetes is your blood sugar is sky high because your body's all fucked up, and then having high blood sugar all the time completely fucks your fucking nervous system, and it fucks your arteries, causes atherosclerosis, fucks the little tiny vessels in your eyes and feet and hands, and that's why people that have really bad complications with type 2 diabetes, having high blood sugar all the time, got to get their fucking foot chopped off. That's what happens. That's exactly what happens. You get your fucking feet and hands chopped off, and you lose your eyesight. This is a serious thing. And people just buy into the idea that it can't be fixed. It can be fixed. Fasting will fix this issue. Fasting combined with a fucking low carb eating routine will fix this problem, and fucking quickly. Quickly. Your blood sugar will drop right away, and then that's good, and then it gives your body a chance to heal. Gives your liver a chance to fucking heal. Type 2 diabetes is just like every other fucking thing out there, where they put a label on it and make all you sheep think that it's like something you gotta live with for the rest of your life. Like, they make up names. It goes back to this fucking bullshit with all these doctors. It's like these names are made up. It's like kids that have behavioral disorders. Yeah, and then they're on meds. Your fucking kid does not have an issue. The issue is the kid just fucking has energy, and it's like they put this stupid label on it like they're fucking, what's some of the fucking things they say?
I don't know, attention deficit disorder.
Yeah, fucking shit like this. Like, shut the fuck up. It's just a kid. And then they got him on meds. Because it's like because you can't handle the little problem of a hyper kid. So it's like, oh, the kid must be fucked up. They're too hyper. They need meds. Okay, this is the whole fucking problem with this fucking healthcare system. They feed you these lies, and then they make themselves look smart with these long-ass words that are just bullshit labels for something as stupid as a common cold. A common cold or you being fat. And then once they got you brainwashed and into believing that they're smarter than you are, and then they give you this fucking label for your issue you have, then they got you in their palm, and then they start feeding you the meds because you're fucking scared, because they get you scared. And it doesn't need to be like that. This fucking shit can be reversed. All this crap, it's like it's all the same. And the problem is they get you so scared that then when you have type 2 diabetes, it's almost like I'm a diabetic. I'm type 2. I can't do these things. I can't. I'm type 2 diabetic. I can't do fucking anything because my doctor told me I can't. And I'm scared of that doctor because I think they're smarter than I am. When really they're a fucking moron because they have no experience in anything but selling you drugs. And they're a bunch of fucking drug dealing assholes that don't create health. They do not create health. They take health. They take health. I created more health in the fucking last 3 fucking months than any doctor you could fucking find. Unless it's Jason Fung who actually fucking creates health. Or people that actually fucking create health. They take your health. They take it and you live, and they make you think you have to live this way. You have to live with this bullshit quality of life. You have to be on my med. And God forbid if you go off the med because you go in the doctor's office and be like, oh, fuck, this guy, his name's Cole Robinson. I started a snake diet. And my fucking, I'm off, my blood sugar's like 5.5. Do I still need my med doctor? And your doctor, sometimes they might even be like, geez, you don't need it in their head, but they're even scared. They're fucking scared to tell you to go off of it. Or they're fucking trying to fucking rob you some more money. So they'll be like, oh, better not go off that med. Better not go off that med. And your fucking blood sugar is actually dropping too low now because you're fucking actually healing up and you're still in your fucking med. This happened to me with a woman who was on heart meds, blood pressure meds. She fasted for 4 fucking days and her blood pressure actually got too low. She got dizzy at work and she came home and then we were talking on the phone and I'll be damned that she fucking kicked the fucking blood pressure med the next day and she was fine. Fine. Like, it's sad. It's sad how many years people will be on this bullshit because the doctors are a bunch of fucking cowards too because they don't create health and they can't tell you to fucking shut your goddamn mouth and stop eating. That's all it comes down to. That if you had it's almost like a rehab clinic. It's like you need these massive rehab clinics that are just filled with fat people and they fucking pull the food and fix every fucking problem under the sun. That's all it is. It's that simple. People buy into the bullshit. Your fucking meds, most of the shit you're on is bullshit. And then, when you get really fucking scared, and the meds aren't even working anymore, and you still have a chance, if you started fucking fasting and actually living a proper fucking lifestyle, then you start, the cutting and the fucking ripping starts. And then you're getting your fucking gallbladders ripped out. Then you're getting like bariatric surgery done. Like, fuck. Bariatric clinics should be illegal, for fuck's sakes. There's not one reason it needs to be done. It's like, all they do is remedy the symptom. They never treat the fucking cause. It's like, yeah, let's sew up this person's stomach, make it the size of a grape, and hopefully that makes it so they can't eat. Instead of just fucking telling them to stop fucking eating, for fuck's sakes. Oh, man, I'm getting mad actually talking about this one. Okay. So now let's talk a little bit about type 1 diabetes. So the best diet possible for a type 2 diabetic is fucking low carb, lots of fucking fasting. Ease into it. Once your body gets used to it, the more fasting the better. Your liver will clean itself up. next thing you know, you don't have diabetes anymore because diabetes didn't exist in the first place. It's just you being fat. The best diet for type 1 diabetics. Same fucking thing. Type 1 now actually there was a fucking article out about, and I fucking read this before. When you fast hard, especially like dry fasting, you can actually fix your pancreas and it can start producing beta cells again, which will produce insulin. That can happen, especially if you weren't born a type 1. If you got type 1 down the road because of fucking bad lifestyle, alcohol, shit like this, it can be fixed. Your body will, some people's bodies will start producing insulin again. You're not completely fucked. But if your pancreas won't produce insulin, the best diet you're going to be on is still a fasting focused routine. Why? Because when you fast, it keeps your blood sugar nice and flat, no spikes. The only time you'll have a spike is when you eat your meal. Then you fucking, if you're eating a meal a day or a meal every 2 days, your blood sugar will get down to where it should be and it'll just sit there. It's a high blood sugar problem, not a low blood sugar problem. So the best thing to do is you just got to make sure you're keeping track of shit. So when you eat your meal, obviously if you have a blood sugar spike, you take a little bit of insulin and then you watch it. And if everything's steady, just always watch everything. And then once you get in a good routine, you know what your body's going to do. Especially if you take the carbs out. The fucking carbs fucking throw, it makes, then you can't track shit as soon as you're eating carbs. If the carbs are down, you know what you can get away with eating. And then your blood sugar's nice and fucking flat and you feel fine. That's the thing. So like one fella I helped a long time ago, one of the very first people I ever helped, we cut his insulin injections down to 1/3. Of course we did. Because he wasn't eating any sugar anymore and he was fasting. There's no reason for him to take more insulin. You got to take your insulin all fucking day when you're fucking eating all goddamn day. It's not rocket science, this stuff. It's not. And people like look at me like I'm a lunatic saying this crap. It's not rocket science. It's simple. Simple. It's all fucking insulin issues and like issues with diet and food addiction. Once you clear those problems out, the cause is your food addiction. The symptoms are all this other bullshit. Okay? So that's the truth about diabetes. Actually, I think Jason Fung wrote a book about that. But you can find this everywhere. Like, it's fucking... Type 2 diabetes is the biggest money grab known to man in the healthcare system. Biggest fucking money grab. Anybody that gets way overweight is going to eventually have something happen with, and it's going to be type 2 diabetes. It's just, and it's like you got it. It's like you have it now. That's what they make you think. You have it. You don't have it. You just got fat. Just fucking cut the fucking bullshit. Fucking change your lifestyle. Don't buy into it. Don't buy into it. Don't rationalize your fucking bullshit eating habits. Don't rationalize it and be like, well, if I take my med, I can still eat my fucking ice cream cone. Okay, so that. Now, number 4. Why mainstream studies are flawed. This one I just thought of last second today because I always get you fucking goddamn smart asses throwing studies at me. Study. It's like you don't even read them yourselves. You just fucking find what you want to hear. It's like, oh, here's a study that fucking was done with a bunch of fucking drunks. A bunch of drunk fucking people who got out of the bar. Yeah, that's a good study when fucking your sample's all fucked up. You know, everyone's like, oh, here's a study that rationalizes my fucking bullshit habits. Oh, here's a study that says drink fucking a bottle of wine every day and you'll fucking be healthy as a horse. Fuck, man. Like, fuck, people are fools. Your studies are bullshit. You know why? Because for starters, the sample quality is always fucked. Always. This is the problem with mainstream studies. Because you know what? The people that they get to do the study are broken anyway because they're not fasting or leading a fasting-focused lifestyle. So how in the fuck are you going to get a proper study out of these people? Example. I was reading this thing about a ketogenic diet that somebody sent me. And basically it was bad-mouthing a ketogenic diet because they did this study where all these people were thrown on a ketogenic nutrition routine, so high-fat, low-carb, basically, and they were having problems. It's like, oh, they were feeling sick after a day, or they were fucking being whatever. They didn't feel good. Okay? So then the consensus of the study was that a ketogenic diet is fucking bad. But the problem is every single person that was in the study was fucked up because they weren't fat adapted. If you took 25 of me and did a study on a ketogenic diet, I'll feel like $1 million right from the start because I'm fat adapted already. You can't take a bunch of fucking sugar and food addicts and throw them at a ketogenic dieting routine and expect them to feel good the first 2 days. That's why the studies are fucking bullshit. And this goes with almost any study. Because as soon as you don't have truly healthy people whose hormones aren't fucked up, because if you're not fasting, you're not at the best version of yourself. Simple as that. If you are doing any sort of study with people that aren't following a fasting-focused routine and aren't fat adapted, your study is fucking flawed, which is going to be 99.9999% of the studies out there. The only way you're going to get a proper study is if you went and got like 25 people that I've helped that are actually fat adapted to fucking actually tell you the truth and how they feel. So this is the thing now. Because people are always like, these studies, this study. Like, what are they teaching them in school? Like, it's all, like, fuck, these studies are so fucking flawed. Because the people that the study is only as valuable as the quality of the sample. And if the sample is fucking not people that aren't addicts, it's no good. So as soon as your study entails people that drink fucking caffeine, drink alcohol, fucking have all these other addictions, your study is fucking flawed. So next time you send me a fucking study, you better make sure you tell me what the kind of people were in the sample, and which you won't know, because they don't tell you that in your fucking study. They just say 50 random fucking selected people. 50 random selected sugar addicts of fucking North America, which is completely fucking useless to do a proper study. It's like doing a study with sick rats. It's like doing a study with like, fuck. Do you understand where I'm coming from here? Your study is fucking flawed, unless it's a pure healthy person. If they're an addict in any way, shape, or form, the people that they're using in the study, which of course they are. I'd like to see them find fucking 25 people like me that have no fucking addictions. Have fun. Have fun finding 25 fucking people that live the fucking lifestyle that I live or some of the people that I coach. Have fun. Have fun finding fucking 5 people like that in your bullshit study. It isn't going to happen. It's not going to happen. Your study's fucking flawed. Okay. So that's why mainstream studies are fucking bullshit. And that's why you have to self-experiment. You have to, or ask people, the people that you need to be getting help from are people that have the experience. You have to find people with the experience. It doesn't matter what they have for a degree or anything. You have to, because you could end up getting yourself in a ringer if you fucking start listening to, like, if you start listening to anybody that isn't experienced in what you want to learn, you could get majorly fucked up. You have to have the experienced people to ask. Okay. Okay, now, this one's going to take a little bit. So I get lots of questions on that group about how long should I fast, what should I be eating, macros, like this is diet stuff. So what fasting routine is best for you? So now this is what the snake diet is. The snake diet is just a fucking word I made up. All it is I motivate people to fast, number one. Number two, the goal is when you're logging everything, like your water and your food and your macros, when you log everything and log your fasting time, your body weight, your energy levels, when you log it, which eating this way makes it easy to log things because you're eating in small eating windows, so it's easy to track. It's not like it's just random, like fucking eating recklessly 6, 3, 2 even meals a day. It's very controlled, so it makes it easy to log. The goal is you want to create the perfect diet for you. So, example, if you're obese, from my experience, the perfect eating routine is always going to be low carbohydrate with lots of fasting time. Because that will keep your insulin down and will keep your hormone-sensitive lipase breaking down body fat. Now, you could eat carbs. The problem is when you eat carbs, what you run into, if your goal is weight loss, solely weight loss, which is a lot of the people I help. As soon as you eat carbs, you're going to run into problems such as you're going to stash water, so it's going to fuck with the scale. You're going to have hunger issues when you eat carbs because when your liver goes through that little carb cycle, so say last night, let's say I ate a fuckload of carbs last night actually, so I will probably feel slightly hungry tonight, but I'll just get through it. But if I would have just ate high fat last night, no carbs, then tonight I wouldn't even feel an issue because my liver would already be empty of glycogen. I wouldn't go through that cycle. Right when your liver starts to empty of glycogen, that's all the carbs you ate, then you get hungry. So the best routine for an obese person is going to always be low fucking carb. I was on a group the other day because I got tipped off by this lady, and I guess they were running their mouth on this intermittent fasting group that's got like 30,000 fucking people on it. And some of them like got booted off because they mentioned me and my snake diet, blah, blah, blah. So of course I had to chime in. And right away this one lady wrote that, how can I eat carbs or something like this? And of course I had to say something. I'm like, well, fuck, carbs aren't optimal. They are not optimal. Okay? And sure as shit, one of the fucking people that was administrating this group fucking seen me start chiming in and they booted me off. And they started rationalizing fucking carbs. Have fun getting the results on that fucking group. Have fun getting results from people that are trying to rationalize carbs because they're fucking still food addicts. None of them were really lean. And because God forbid, they'll just tell you to not eat fucking carbohydrates. They'll be like, oh, you can do this. You can get away with this. Like, we're not here to just lose weight. You're here to become a better person and higher level of vibration, and you're trying to cut out addictions. So don't rationalize fucking sweeteners and carbs. Cut the fucking shit out of your life. Don't be a fucking little crybaby and fucking rationalize this bullshit. Because then you might as well be talking to the fucking mainstream doctor. Well, my doctor said I could eat carbs. So I'm rationalizing it because my doctor said, and he's got a fucking gut. Well, seriously, it's a fucking joke. You know, it's like, my doctor, he said this, so I can do this, because God forbid your doctor's going to say anything different when he can't fucking keep the carbs out of his trap when he's a fucking food addict. How the fuck is he supposed to tell you to not eat carbs when he can't not eat carbs? Like, these role models, these people are fucking, they're completely useless. Completely fucking useless. Okay, so the best routine for somebody that's heavy is going to be always a ketogenic nutrition routine. So low fucking carb for the best weight loss results. Okay? Because it will allow you to fast longer with ease as well. Okay? So that's key. So for all you people that keep asking that, cut the fucking carbs. Cut the fucking carbs. Worry about losing the weight first, and then worry about gaining strength after. And we'll talk a little bit about strength and things at the very end. Now, here's some of the other fasting routines I have done. I have ate all day and then fasted 2 days in a row. It all depended on what my goal was. So I'd have this day where I'd have a day off. I'd eat like 10,000 calories in one day. And then the next day I would train. And then the next day after that I would train. No food. And then the third day I'd eat. So that was a routine I'd done. You know, that routine would work actually quite well if you're on a high fat routine, no carbs for weight loss. That routine works quite good for workouts and shit. But then eventually I got too lean, and that routine was too tough because the fasting that long was tough when I got leaner. Okay, but now that I dry fast, that changes everything. Oh, by the way, before I get off topic, dry fasting fucking deals with hunger like you wouldn't believe. You can actually, now don't eat carbs, but I've noticed because I was eating all this fruit all week that I have a lot less hunger when I'm dry fasting than if I would have been drinking water today all day. And it's very easy for me to, when I dry fast, it actually kills the hunger. That's a really cool part about dry fasting. It kills your hunger. So that's one routine, right? All day, took 2 days off. All day, 2 days off. I'd eat throughout the whole of the fucking day. I wasn't eating one meal a day. I was eating the whole fucking day. Like, as soon as I wake up, I just start chowing down food kind of thing. Or usually I'd eat in the afternoon. There's that routine. Now there's another routine There's obviously the good old 1 meal a day routine, which is a good routine if you're lean. If you're fucking fat, it's not. That routine for somebody that's overweight is not optimal because it's too easy to overeat. It's the better routine is a 1 meal every 48-hour routine if you're trying to cut weight, because then it kind of like smooths out any fuck ups you have in your meal. Okay? So there's that routine, 1 meal every 48 hours. Now, if you're really heavy, you can even get more aggressive. I've had people where they eat one real meal. When I say real meal, I'm talking fat, protein, and carbs, or fat, protein, no carbs, and vegetables. They eat once every 3 days. And then if they feel hungry, one of the nights, like maybe on the second night, they feel a little hungry, they'll just eat like some pickles. Like, you can always go down, you can mess around with that route. You can just eat like something that's super low calorie. Like pickles are a good one, or cucumbers and put some salt on them, or just some broccoli, just to put something in your gut. There's that routine. I've done routines where I've ate, okay, like the routine I'm on now is like probably fucking the best routine I've ever done as far as me feeling like a fucking strong as fuck in the gym. So right now I'm basically eating 1 meal a day, and I am eating for maybe like 5 days in a row at a massive caloric surplus. I don't even give a shit how much I eat. I'm basically watching my protein count, and then I'm eating lots of fats, and I eat a pile of fruit. And then what I do to make, because I didn't gain that much actually eating a pile of fruit, like with what I do. As long as you're dry fasting, I can get away with that. If I was still water fasting eating fruit, I'd be fucking gaining weight like crazy. Then what I do is I go about 5 day stint, and then I do a 3-day dry fast. So I eat a massive surplus for 5 days, and then I do a 3-day dry fast. The reason is because that 3-day dry fast is extremely healthy. So I want to be throwing a 3-day dry fast in there like every week or so. And that's why. See, my goals are, I like to get the longer fast in there from time to time, but I need to be heavy enough to do that long fast. Because like if you get too lean, you can only fast so long. So I try to plump up, and then I fast longer because I get that autophagy effect, and it heals you. And it's like the best cleanse in the world, doing the fucking 3-day dry fast or longer. It's the best cleanse humanly possible is a fucking dry fast where you're like doing an absolute dry fast and not coming in contact with water. The best cleanse possible. Next best cleanse possible is going to be a wet fast. And then the next best cleanse possible is going to be, well, they're not good. Anything where you're fucking drinking fucking sugar is not a goddamn cleanse because you're spiking your insulin. Your body can't heal when your insulin's spiked up because that just promotes inflammation. Okay, spiking your insulin promotes inflammation. Okay, so, and then, okay, now I'm going to get into exercise a little bit here. So what fasting routine is best for you? Now with exercise, so if we're going to incorporate training, I keep telling people, fuck cardio. Now there's different types of cardio. When I say fuck cardio, I mean fuck steady state, low intensity cardio, wasting your time on the treadmill for 2 hours a day. The diet will do the work. The diet will cut the fat. If you're in the gym with the motivation to lose weight, you're not in the gym for the right fucking reasons. The weight loss is done outside the gym. You're in the gym to get stronger, more capable, improve heart health. So the cardio you're going to be doing, you want to do fucking hard-ass cardio, like sprints, like, explosive HIIT training, like high-intensity interval training. Things like that. Like real work. Okay? Not this walk on the treadmill for 10 hours fucking a week bullshit. Because that doesn't help anything with strength. Okay? The fasting takes the fat off you, like it just melts off you. You don't need to do that shit. Now it's okay to go walk your dogs and shit. Like, that's fine. Just don't waste your time doing the cardio. Okay? If you're going to do cardio, make sure it has some more intensity to it. Weight training's key. Really awesome form with weight training. Now, say if you're eating 1 meal every 48 hours. Probably a very good routine is going to be eating the night before and then training the next day, and then maybe taking the next day off depending how you feel. That's a good routine. I used to do that way if you're going to go with a 48-hour routine to train. Now, if you're eating one meal a day, obviously you can train whatever. But that brings up a good point. Another good routine is any day that you're not going to train, like a rest day, don't eat that night before. So let's say that I was going to take like a rest day tomorrow. Well, I wouldn't eat tonight. Okay? You fast during the rest day. That's the best way to heal. Just fast, so I wouldn't eat tonight. And then I would fast all day tomorrow, have a real rest day, don't do anything, then eat tomorrow night and train the next day. So always keep that in mind. Okay? Always keep that in mind. It's always optimal to train fasted. Always optimal to train fasted. Because eating should be the last thing you do in the day. Because that's when you're going to have the energy lull. Like when you eat a bunch of food. Especially now, it depends how much you're eating. If you're a weight loss person, you're eating like a tiny ass meal, then that's not going to really affect you too much. You could eat like a little tiny 400 or 500 calorie meal and go to the gym. It's probably not going to be a big deal. But if you're like me, where I got to get in a full calorie count because I don't have any fat on me anymore, you know, for me to go eat fucking like a 3,000 calorie meal and go to the gym right after, I'm going to pick my fucking brains out. Like, that would be ridiculous to do, right? So always keep that in mind. And then also when you eat. So if you're eating a tiny meal and you're on like a pretty aggressive fasting routine, always try to eat your tiny little meal as close to bedtime as possible. Now, if you're going to eat a bigger meal, if you're not as aggressive, if you're eating a bigger meal, then give yourself a bigger window before bed, because you don't want to be completely stuffed when you go to bed, obviously, because that will fuck up your sleep. You want to feel content when you go to bed. So like me, say if I was to go to bed, I go to bed late, like 1 in the morning and shit all the time. So I'll usually start eating, like if I'm going to eat whatever my routine is, it doesn't matter. When I eat, it's always a big meal, no matter what. So I'll eat like maybe 4 hours before bedtime kind of thing. And then I'll always eat, like with this routine now that I'm not drinking any fluid, I'll always eat I'll have like a couple apples at the start to like moisten my mouth a bit. And then I'll eat like my meat source. And then the last part of my meal, I'll just snack on all this wet fruit. Now, if I was going to go to a keto routine and I was trying to cut weight, I would be cutting the fruit out and I'd be straight vegetables, right? So it'd be like shit piles of broccoli, lots of even iceberg lettuce, cauliflower, like all those really wet vegetables. And I'd be cutting the fruit. The only reason I wanted to go with the fruit, I wanted to experiment. And who doesn't like eating fruit? So I wanted to do an experiment and see how much weight I would actually gain eating fruit with the dry fasting. Now, if you're not dry fasting, fruit is completely out of the fucking question if you're trying to lose weight. But if you were on a one meal every 48-hour routine, fruit is not optimal. But if you were dry fasting, you'd see some pretty crazy results regardless. Go ahead.
Can you talk about loose skin after losing a lot of weight quickly?
Yeah, I can bring that up right now, actually. That's a good one. Somebody asked me about that before. So, the loose skin thing. Losing weight fast or slow isn't going to fucking help that at all. It's always better to lose weight as fast as humanly possible because it keeps you motivated. Deal with the loose skin after. Now, I know that dry fasting will help with loose skin. There's no doubt about that, okay? Because just think about it for a sec. People need to stop and fucking think. This comes to when they jump on the scale. This comes to if they freak out about what the scale says, stop and think for 2 fucking seconds what you put in your body and what's come out. So stop and think for a second about your stomach. If I got a big fat gut and I lose the weight slow, how is that going to help fucking the stretching aspect versus losing the weight fast? How is it going to help? If I lose the weight fast, I'm taking the load off the skin, am I not? So how in the fuck is it going to be more beneficial to lose the weight slow based on that aspect? It's not. You'll lose the weight. The faster you can lose the weight, the better, because you're taking the load off the skin. The faster you can take all the load off the skin, it's going to be able to fucking retract. And there's no doubt, if you're fat enough, you're going to have fucking stretch marks and you're going to have loose skin. But now, from all the stuff I've been noticing with this dry fasting now, it like literally will fucking help your skin. Like there's no doubt. Like my skin, even your skin, your skin, my skin was fucking amazing. It was like soft like a baby. I really noticed it on my traps when I was in the shower after doing that 5-day dry fast. And it's like it just got smooth. And there's even, if you go read some articles about this one woman I read about, she had a real thick scar on her leg. And dry fasting, she dry fasted long enough, the scar actually went away. Because what ends up happening is when you take all that stuff from your body will eat up all these old crappy cells. And it'll actually chew up all this old garbage. It's pretty amazing stuff. It sounds crazy, but just I'm a massive fan of reading like real world testimonials, okay? Like I might have told this story last time about the woman that like basically cured her hives with dry fasting. She, like, how can't you believe a story when the woman is basically crying on YouTube telling the story? See, I'm all about the emotion. Like when somebody tells a story, you can tell if it's fucking true or not. And that is actually why people buy into what I say. Because I'm passionate, and there's a reason I am, because I experiment and I see the fucking results. And other people, if they don't have the passion when they talk, you just can't believe them. It's like a car salesman that doesn't believe in the product he's selling. It's like a car salesman that works at fucking Dodge that's trying to sell Dodge trucks, but he owns a Toyota and he fucking hates Dodge, so there's no way he can ever be passionate about selling that fucking product when he drives this Toyota and the Toyota's twice the truck. Sorry for all you Dodge fans out there. So that's the whole thing, right? Holy shit. It's already 6:51. Running out of time.
Can you talk about training 5 days in a row on a 48-hour dry fast?
Training 5 days in a row on a 48-hour dry fast. That makes no fucking sense,
I don't know.
to be honest.
Okay, let me see.
So what I'm going to be doing here so I'm going to train tonight. So I ate last night. I'm nice and hydrated. I'm nice and fat right now. I'm nice and plump. I fucking got up to 180 last night. I was 180 fucking pounds last night, and I was just 156 pounds a week ago after that 5-day dry fast. I was 156, and after eating last night, I was 180. So, but then what I'm going to do after this 3-day dry fast, I'll be right back down to like 166. This is all the water I'm stashing, right? And my body's going to readily release it, and I'll be hydrated for 2 days straight. So I'm going to train tonight. I'm going to train tomorrow, and then we'll see how I feel tomorrow, and I might even train on Tuesday if I feel good. So I'm going to definitely train on 2 dry fasting days to see. So I'm pushing my envelope there a little bit to see if I stay strong on these dry fasting days. What are you reading there?
I don't know.
Nothing?
Well, basically, like, here, I'll say it. So before she commented, she was like, nice, that's what I needed to know. Eat the night before you train. What if you train 5 days in a row?
Oh, okay, so there's a fella, and he's a good friend of mine, and he's like one of the only guys I take fucking strength advice and training advice from when it comes to strength training, and his name is Kevin Weiss, and he's on my Snake Diet Motivation page, and he posts on there sometimes. And if people have questions about how to stay strong and cut, he's going to be a wicked guy to talk to, because that is his thing. Like, he'll program you and everything, okay? Now, the way I train, if I'm trying to cut weight, I always try to keep volume down, and I keep intensity high. So let's say if I'm doing like an 8-day water fast, and I want to stay strong and just cut fat, I will train every day, but it'll be very, very low volume and moderate to heavy weight, because then I'm not taxing my body too much, but the nervous system's still getting that workout. And that is the best way to cut. That's what I'm telling you. Cardio is a waste of your time. Doing all that fucking steady state cardio when you're trying to cut weight is like fucking catabolic. It's not going to fucking help maintain muscle mass whatsoever. It'll just make you waste away. If you want to maintain, let the fasting and the low activity cut the fat, and then you just make damn sure you know how to do a proper fucking squat, proper deadlifts, bench press, pull-ups, compound movements, rows, and do those with low volume. Log everything, just like with your weight, Log everything. Log every fucking thing you do in the gym every day. So you know that you're still strong. As long as you always watch that trend, you know what's going on. And to bring up the trend, let's talk about the scale real quick. And I still get questions on the fucking scale. The scale. If you eat the night before, your scale reading is going to be fucked up the next day in the morning. Okay, it's that simple. If you eat the night before, your scale weight, unless you're dry fasting, is going to be fucked up the next night too because you drank water all day. Okay? If you ate the night before, then don't eat the whole next day and then weigh that next morning. That number will be fucking fairly accurate. And if you dry fast, that number will be very accurate. That's how the scale works. So don't freak out about the damn scale. And if you've done all that stuff and your weight's not dropping, you know you're holding water. So also log how much you're urinating. And this is where that block dry fasting comes in. If you know you've drank, if you're dry fasting for like 3 days or something, let's say 2 days. Let's say you're fasting for a week, 5 days. Let's say you're fasting for 5 days, but you're blocking all your water right at the end of the day. And you know that you're only drinking 1.5 liters of water. You know that the most weight you could gain is 1.5 kilograms. It's fucking simple math. So that's the cool part about dry fasting and blocking your water like that. If you know that you drank this much water, you know the next morning, the most you could possibly weigh more than the night before would be 1.5 kilograms because you drank exactly 1.5 kgs of water. It's that easy. Log what you drink. Mix, pre-mix, and that's why it works so well at the end of the day. You just down all your water in 4 hours. And also you get way better hydration uptake because of this, because your body gets water adapted. This is how, like, I'm blown away. It's like every day just gets easier. It's like I'm overeating now. This is where, see, the reason I overate on the fruit was for a reason, because I overate because I wanted to make damn sure I was hydrated. Now, after this 3-day dry fast, I'll cut back the fruit. The reason I'm eating fruit is because I wanted to fuck around with carbs again a little bit and see if it gave me some jam in the gym. And I wanted to see if I could beat the hunger issue with the dry fasting even though I was eating carbs. Because it's always a problem. The hunger issue is always a problem when you're eating carbohydrates, right? But the thing is, when you eat fruit, at least you get the water and the carb. Where, you know, if you're eating a carb like popcorn, there's no fucking water there at all. You still got to make up the water. Okay, so you got one there? Okay, yeah, so that's, I think we're going to wrap that up for today. One of the main things I just want to hit up, though, for sure, this experience is king one. People really, really have to stop listening to fucking so-called professionals. Unless a professional actually has real experience. And like that Randy Gregg story, like if I was young, like if I wouldn't have been smart myself and been like, okay, like, am I going to go down this road? Am I going to start getting cortisol shots every fucking, cortisone, I fucking keep saying cortisol. Am I going to start getting cortisone shots like all the time like this? And I had to basically tell that Randy Gregg to fuck off. And then he got mad. Like, he got fucking mad. He went from professional to this fucking, he was mad as fuck. Because I basically said there's no fucking way I'm taking cortisone shots. And then I fixed my own problem. Fixed my own problem with some proper weight training and yeah, and that was it. So
here we'll just go for the last question. Do you still take apple cider vinegar on a dry fast?
No, nothing goes in your mouth on the dry fast. So now if you're blocking your water, so this is the cool part about the dry fast, like I said a little earlier, is that because you're not drinking water, and as long as you're not, now this is where you got to watch when you're exercising on a dry fast, like this is what I'm experimenting with, but as long as you're not drinking water, you're not going to be pissing out any electrolytes and all the good stuff stays in your body. But what you do is when you still drink your water at the end of the day or whatever you're going to do and you start re-drinking water, you're going to just knock back the vinegar right then. You know, take 2 tablespoons or 3 tablespoons right then and there. Because you got to remember the vinegar as well, like it really controls blood sugar. Like excellent for fucking type 2 diabetics, by the way. That apple cider vinegar is excellent for diabetes. Excellent. Okay, so, but that's how I do it. Nothing goes in my body during that dry fast unless I'm taking a shower or I do brush my teeth, but I make sure I don't, like I try to keep the water away. The whole goal is you're trying to put your body in a situation where it's forced to take water from your cells. There's people that are so full of water that I'm helping have lost so much weight. They're shrinking and their strips still show color, but like they got this massive fucking amount of water on their belly. And like your body doesn't know how to take that water. And you force it. And that's why you end up getting a headache, because your body's being forced to take that water. Because if you got water on your gut, you're not dehydrated. You're not. It's there. It's fucking there. Your body just has to be forced to use it. And that's how you adapt by dry fasting. You start adapting to taking this water. Okay, is that it?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up. And everyone have a great night. Oh, and I should tell everybody, Facebook's been fucking me around. I'm trying, like, I'm helping people for basically free right now. Not basically, like everybody. I'm just fucking getting them to pump me on social media. But I think Facebook's seeing that I'm getting so much action on my page, they're trying to fuck me around on getting people to like my page. And so the way I'm doing it with everybody, if you want to ask me questions on Facebook Messenger, I do it on Messenger because it's easier for me to just hit that voice memo button and talk to people. It's fast. But if you want to ask me questions on their person, like specific questions, the way I'm doing it in trade, I'll give you the free help, but you got to fucking do these 4 little tasks for me on social media. One of them is you got to give me I basically get people to give me a review. They make a post saying that they're starting the snake diet, and they post my logo, and then I get them to go on the snake diet motivation page and invite a bunch of friends, and I also get them to like invite a bunch of their friends to like my snake diet business page. And so invite all your friends to that snake diet motivation page, because I might try to do this talk on that motivation page next time. And then just always be doing it on the motivation page instead of my personal. But we'll see. So everyone have an awesome night. And if you have any questions, feel free to private message me. Don't fuck it. And if you see anybody that's being assholes on that motivation page, make sure you let me know so I can kick their ass the fuck out. That's supposed to be a motivation page. I don't need any crybaby haters. Like beach body assholes and shit. All these fucking morons that think their shit works and it's just a massive money grab scam. Don't need any of that crap on there. So let me know right away so I can boot them out. So everyone have an awesome night and get that fat in you.